Hey guys, it's Carrie again, and whenever you saw the last video that I sent, I told you that I would send you an activity, something that you can do to help you let the universe run your business. So full disclosure, I'm recording this like 5 seconds after I recorded that last video. I had this shirt on before. I took it off so that when I am uploading to YouTube and when I can remember which video is which. But I'm also bringing a whole lot more ease, peeling back the layers of ease in my video, because how easy was that? I had 2 tank tops on, I just took one off, and now I'm shooting the next video. So the topic of this video though is, how do we do that, right? You know, you have this intention of wanting to let the universe run your business. Like, I'm reminded of that Carrie Underwood song, right? Jesus, take the wheel. This idea of like, oh my God, yes, like, yes, let me let go of the wheel. And can you just run it and help my intentions happen? And I'll just get out of the way. I'm gonna sit in the driver's seat, but I don't wanna steer. Like, if you could just steer, that would be great. So that is what, that is my intention in my business. Like, from now on is, you know what? Like, I don't want my small self. I don't want my personality to run my business. I want my higher self. I want whatever is above that, right? To run my business, and I will just sit in the driver's seat of my luxury car and let it go where it's meant to go, and trust that it is going where it's meant to go, and enjoy the view, enjoy the ride, and enjoy the amazing people that I meet along the way. So you maybe have heard about an activity that you can do to organize and prioritize in your business. So one of the things I've been hearing a lot from clients recently is that they have so much going on in their head. There's so much that they could be doing, should be doing, but they don't know where to start, or they feel overwhelmed, or even though they're doing a lot of stuff, they feel like they're not making a lot of progress. And like, what has been coming out of my mouth over and over and over again is, get it out of your head. Get all that stuff out of your head and out into like the physical reality. And I learned this from Lisa Ingalls and Kim Carpenter. I think it was Kim Carpenter who like taught me this method, but I'm gonna take it a step further. I'm gonna make it more intuitive. So Kim's method is, you've probably heard it, and I'm sure it's in lots of productivity classes, but is brain dump. So get a bunch of 3x5 cards. I like to cut them in half to make them smaller. But, and just start writing all the things that need to happen, that you want to happen, that you think could happen, that should happen. You don't have to limit this to your business. You can do this like, you know, I have one client who's like dealing with some real estate stuff. So put all that down, right? Because it's stuff that's in here that's like on your mental ticker, right? Write that all down. So get it all out. And every little thing on your list gets its own card. Because, so the way that productivity experts will tell you to do this is they'll say, dump it all out, right? Get all the little steps. So for instance, like, let's say you need to create a website. You're going to put create website on one card, and then in your brain's immediately going to go to all the things that you need to do to create that website. So you're going to be like, figure out about page, finish bio, have professional photos taken, or whatever else is on your list, right? You're gonna write all those things on separate cards. Don't make a list on one card. It's so tempting to like make bullet points underneath website. Make each little task its own card. So you're gonna wind up with a pile of cards, like a whole bunch of cards. Now here's where the intuitive part comes up. So the Kim's method is like, once you get it all out, your brain will be able to make sense of it. And this is a perfectly great method, by the way. I've used it in the past. But since I'm committed to letting the universe run my business, this is how I'm gonna do it. So I'm gonna have to, I'll do this after I make this video, and then I'll have to update you guys later. And if I forget to update you guys later, get on my case and ask me how it's going. Because I'm really excited about this, and I have a client doing it as well, and we're gonna be accountable to each other, and then I'll be accountable to you guys, and we'll report back about how it's going. So once you've got everything, you've got your pile of stuff that you need to do, and they're on note cards, I want you to put them all face down, right? Like, you can't see them. You can shuffle them up. You can make it like a game of Go Fish or something. But get everything on your to-do list and put it face down. And then if you've ever read Marie Kondo's book, I think it's called The Magical Art of Tidying Up or something like that, it tells you, right, that when you're decluttering your life, when you're simplifying your life, shout out to Milana Lashinsky, who is doing the Simplicity Circle, all about simplifying our lives and businesses. But when you're simplifying your life, what you can do is she does this with decluttering. You take everything in a particular category. So let's say it's clothing. You're decluttering your clothing. You take all of your clothes out of your closets, out of all your closets, out of all your drawers, out of your garage storage, out of everywhere. Anything that qualifies as clothing. So your shoes, your underwear, your bras, your scarves, your hats, I don't know if helmets count, right? But I don't know why we have helmets either. But all of that gets put in a pile. So the same thing with your brain dump here. Anything that is on your like anxiety list, on your to-do list, stuff that needs to happen in your life and business, throw it out. Not throw it out, but like get it on a note card and put it in this pile. Stir it all up. And then, this is the Marie Kondo method. Instead of looking at it and logically thinking, okay, this should be a priority, this is a low priority, blah, blah, blah. Where they're face down. And what you're going to do is you're going to hold the card in your hand without looking at it, and you'll get an intuitive knowing of yes or no. Now, if you don't know my yes-no method, it's pretty simple. It's actually not mine. I learned it from Rachel Archelaus. I don't know who Rachel learned it from, but it's an intuitive method of knowing. Basically, Marie Kondo says if it sparks joy, it's a yes. It's a keep. If it doesn't, then it's a no, or in this case, it would be a low priority. So what we're going to do is we're going to listen to our bodies. So my method is pretty simple. You ask your body, what does a yes feel like? And I get a sensation in my body of a yes. So for me, it's an opening. I feel it in my chest. I usually get a smile on my face. It's a spark of joy. And then I ask my body, what does a no feel like? And for me, it goes the other way. There's like a sinking and a dropping feeling. It doesn't feel sad necessarily. It just is like, it just feels like a drop. So that's a no for me. So we're going to do the same thing with our brain dump. Once we've dumped all of our stuff, we're going to pick each card up without looking at what it says. That's the important part. Without looking at what it says. And if we get a yes, it's a high priority. If we get a no, it's a low priority. And so we're going to trust that the universe has our back. That the universe knows, because it has, or you could call it your higher self, but it has a different perspective than us, right? So we're living here on the physical plane, which you can imagine yourself, right? And you're in your car. And you can only see so much of the road in front of you, right? There might be mountains, there might be curves, there might be whatever. Like you can only see so much of the road in front of you from your car. But if we're trusting our higher selves, if we're trusting the universe, it has the helicopter's view. So it can see what's coming up in the road. It understands divine timing. It knows why, even though our brain thinks this should be a high priority right now, it needs to go in the low priority pile. So the game is that we're just going to take our brain dump, and then intuitively, by feeling it in our hands and not looking at what's on that, listen to our bodies and know high priority, low priority, high priority, low priority. We're just going to sift through our piles. High priority, low priority. Now, here's where it gets really fun. So you could stop at that point and look at your high priority pile, and then, prioritize it, right? You could start using your brain and figure it out. And just leave the low priority pile alone. But the way I want to play it, the way I'm challenging you guys to play it, is to take that a step further, and then from that high priority pile, and I think I want to do this weekly, but from that high priority pile, pick one a day, right? So shuffle them up again, kind of like just get calm and centered. Ask your higher self, ask your guidance, ask your God, whatever you call that. What activity is in my highest and best interest for today, and pull a card and do that thing. Do that one thing. If you accomplish anything else that day, that's a bonus, but do that one thing. So this is, right, there's a lot of letting go here. There's a lot of letting go. There's a lot of trust involved in playing this game. There's a lot probably of struggling with your logical self, going, are you kidding? Like, this does not make sense. So I'm going to leave that to you in terms of how far you want to go with that. I've learned that my business is a lot more fun. It's a lot easier. I feel better in my business when I let go of the wheel, when I let the universe drive and trust that it has my back. Trust that it's all going to make sense. You know, I'll understand later why I was supposed to do this today instead of that, even though that seemed to make a lot more sense to my logical brain. You could still decide to do that as long as you also do this. I don't know if this is making any sense. But I realize that I've been talking for 10 minutes, which is probably beyond most of your attention spans. So that's it for today. I'm going to leave it here at let the universe, that's the game that I want you to play, that I'm going to play, that my client that I challenged to play is going to play. And if you want to play along with us, that would be great. I'd love to hear if any of you have stories about this, if you've already tried something like this in your business, or if you're ready to recommit to doing something like this. So I don't know if I already said this, but my thing is I'll do it weekly. I'll reshuffle weekly. So I'll go through that process again, high priority, low priority, at the beginning of every week. All right, so that's it. And also, obviously, more things will come up on my list probably, right? There will constantly be more things to add. So once weekly, I'll dump anything else that needs to go into the pile and then resort. I'll let you guys know how it goes. Let me know how it's going for you. Have an amazing day. And of course, if you'd like to talk with me about working together, about how I might be able to help you to peel back the layers of ease in your own business, I'm happy to chat with you. You can go to carrieroldan.com/apply and we'll schedule a conversation. All right, talk to you later.